favorite.
Oh, but I also like Stouffer's meatloaf.
Classic meatloaf with a rich tomato glaze, smothered in a savory gravy with a tasty side of... Hey, where are you going?
You kidding? The store.
Stock up on all your favorite Stouffer's meals for one, today.
This is a fairly volatile situation, and it is in response not to United States policy, not to, obviously, the administration, not to the American people. It is in response to a video, a film, that we have judged to be reprehensible and disgusting, that in no way justifies any violent reaction to it. But this is not a case of protests directed at the United States.
I am Fred Dreyer here on the PM show, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Jay Carney, White House propagandist. That is a lie, and not one person in that room protested or disagreed or raised their hand to ask a question. They allowed this to live. They allowed it to go out to the American people, and they allowed it in the face of 4 murdered people, Americans. One was a family man who had lived over there, and thank God his family had left previously. He'd sent them home. And this man was murdered in cold blood, sodomized. That's another thing that the government and the mainstream media refused to tell you, because that information came from European newspapers and coverages from other places in the world. Other places in the world have decided to say, you know something, I think that's important news we should release. And it was only then that this thing started to back up on the mainstream media people and Jay Carney. That failure, what he just said was an absolute bold-faced lie. It was not about a video. Nobody in America has seen the video, by the way. I don't know where the hell the video is. And all we knew is that there's sound bites and there's visuals of the police strong-arming a guy with a keffir wrapped around his face, putting him into a squad car, taking him away.
Sure, the guy thinks the guy's marked for death now, man.
No,
they
it's
threw him
just
to the wolves.
completely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And now today, the guy comes out and says, "I did not. There's no reason to arrest me. I did not, go against my probation. I did not break the law. I'm a U.S. citizen. I made a movie. You may not like it, but I did it. This has nothing to do with that." And Jay Carney, White House propagandist. What a failure these people are, and they're getting away with it, but they're not going to get away with it anymore because the Senate subcommittee is investigating what happened in Libya, and it's going to start to come out. And it's so beautiful because it's now coming out at the right time before we have Joe Biden, Joe Biden with the
Mr. Debate,
with the liberal constabulation, who's working on. He's been holed up now because he really wants to get his lies down for tomorrow's debate with Paul Ryan, and we've got Hillary Clinton, and her lies and her perpetuations. Now, Hillary Clinton says the U.S. government had nothing to do with the film that has triggered anti-American riots. She says, we absolutely reject its content and message. Number 3, Tommy.
Let me state very clearly, and I hope it is obvious, that the United States government had absolutely nothing to do with this video. We absolutely reject its content and message. America's commitment to religious tolerance goes back to the very beginning of our nation.
Yes.
And as you know, we are home to people of all religions, many of whom came to this country seeking the right to exercise their own religion, including, of course, millions of Muslims. And we have the greatest respect for people of faith. To us, to me personally, this video is disgusting and reprehensible.
Not as much as reprehensible.
It appears to have a deeply cynical purpose to denigrate a great religion and to provoke rage.
Christianity for a minute.
But as I said yesterday, there is no justification,
Let me write it
none
down.
at
Where's
all,
my pen?
for responding to this video with violence. We condemn the violence that has resulted in the strongest terms, and we greatly appreciate that many Muslims in the United States and around the world have spoken out on this issue.
Thank you for speaking out.
Violence, we believe, has no place in religion and is no way
got the
to
wrong religion,
honor
girl.
religion. Islam, like other religions, respects the fundamental
do
dignity
they?
of human beings. And it is a violation
Listen to
of
this.
that
This is a
fundamental
Saturday Night Live
dignity
gag.
to wage attacks on innocents. Now, I know it is hard for some people to understand why the United States cannot or does not just prevent these kinds of reprehensible
Well, give us time. We're about to
videos
try to do it.
from ever seeing the light of day. Now, I would note that in today's world, with today's technologies,
Evil First Amendment.
that is impossible. But even if it were possible, our country does have a
Listen to
long
how she
tradition
speaks to
of
you.
free expression, which is enshrined in our Constitution and our law.
Which we're trying to get rid of.
And we do not stop individual citizens from
We're
expressing their
going to,
views,
though.
no matter how distasteful they may be.
Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. That was a little over 2 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I had to put you through it because that's the face, that's the voice of liberalism. That is what is being protected by the mainstream media. That is crap. That is lies. That is bold arrogance pushed right up your rear end. And she's getting away with it. I'm going to tell you something. When the truth comes out, and it's going to, this old handbag, this third baseman, this grotesque beast will be gutted like a fish. She's finished in this in politics, folks. We have more of this stuff. It's unbelievable. It just keeps going on and on. We'll be right back.
PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Email Fred Dreyer at incoming@crni.net.